Uh, Welcome to live stream. I'm streaming this build. It is the 6392 Airport. You can see it pretty well here. So let's go ahead and begin. I've already built what I can of the helicopter. As you can see, obviously the helicopter is missing its rotary blade, and we have the airplane that the set comes with. Actually, a pretty nice airplane for 1986. I am missing a red nose piece, which goes here, which I will replace soon at some point. But I'm going to go ahead and start building the actual airport area. If this looks a mess, it totally is. But it's basically, these are all organized parts. These are all 2x plates. We got a bunch of 4x plates. Got a bunch of 6x plates and all these black guys over here. So a lot going on from this lot. And this all comes from the lot that I purchased back in late January, I believe, from this guy in Gaithersburg. So it's all kind of come back to that. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be getting up a lot to grab pieces from over there, so it'll be a lot back and forth as I build, which isn't uncommon. And you're probably going to hear a lot of this clattering noise as I find the pieces that I need. Unlike a lot of builds where someone has all their stuff with them, like building a new set, this is all from one collection, and I'm just trying to figure out what pieces I do and do not have. So it's a little more hectic in some regards. One, two, 2x4 white brick. What I've noticed is that the pieces that belong to this collection are especially dirty. Like, a lot of them are just really gross, which is interesting. Got a lot of pieces. A lot of my other plates, as we call them, the flat pieces. I have a bunch in this storage bin right now, and a bunch more larger ones in this red brick. This is actually a storage unit, and this is just the top of it. I'm currently using it for more storage from that lot. Normally when I get a lot, I pretty much just throw all of it into my collection. I spend hours upon hours sorting and all of that. But in this case, I realized there is just a treasure trove of 80s sets from, mostly late 80s, a lot of mid 80s, couple early 80s, some really old stuff. And I realized, if I want to keep the integrity of these sets and make sure I'm using the right colored bricks, because of course gray has changed ever since 2000, 2002. I should keep it all as a separate thing, build as much as I can, and kind of go from there. So that's kind of been the thought process behind not immediately putting all this into my greater collection. Airports, like hospitals, are something that Lego used to make a lot. They weren't quite evergreen sets, but in the 80s, you saw a lot of hospitals and airports. And I don't know what happened, but they really stopped. They just, they don't make them as much, which is, there's a lot of reasons. I think one, airports are big. This airport, I mean, it's got to have the record, or close to the record for most base plates. It's got 3 32 by 32 base plates, all of them with road printing, and a 16 by 32 right here. I've rarely seen sets that are larger than that, although I'm sure there are. I've no doubts that there are larger sets, or sets with more base plates rather. This is what I'm currently putting all of the brick pieces from that collection that I got in Gaithersburg. I sorted out a bunch of them. I took out all the 2x2s, all the 2x4s, and anything 1x4 and up. So all the bigger bricks are out of here. These are all smaller bricks. And the weird specialty bricks, like anything with an axle on the end, the turntable, classic brick, all those sorts of things. I'm also really surprised. It's probably hard to see right now. This airport has a lot of yellow, which I find kind of strange. I don't know. I don't think it's a great color for an airport. So far, it looks like I do not have another one of this piece. It's a 2x2, or sorry, 2x1x2 uh, window piece. Easy to replace, so not a big deal if that is missing from this collection. One of the white chairs is in pretty bad shape. Now you could argue, and here's a quick comparison. You could argue that the chair on the bottom is just a relaxing lounge chair. Definitely broken, easy to replace though. Like a lot of the big sets from the 80s, there's a lot of minifigs in this set. I count 4 of these figures with the classic Lego airport logo. Not sure if they all belong to this set. I haven't looked at which figs are in it yet, but I know that at least some of them are, including one with red pants and black, I guess you'd say female hair. Black long hair, we'll just say. So if you look over to my left, there's a little sort of cash register piece here. Looks like this is where you would check in. And on the right, it looks like we're setting up for a nice little screening area. Pre-TSA screening. Much different era. Thanks to the Patriot Act of 2001. So I called this a cash register, but it's actually a really clever small telephone. If you can take a look, that red 1x2 tile on top represents the actual phone you would pick up, which is pretty clever. I like that. So this 1x1x2, there should be 2 nubs on the end to hold a shutters for a window. Unfortunately, they've broken off. But as you can see from this brick, very dirty. This airport set as a whole is just, you know, I washed all these bricks, but a lot of these cuts go very deep. This looks like something somebody played with in the dirt. If you look at its counterpart, you can see there are nubs on the end of it. That's what makes it able to hold the shutter for windows. If you look here. No, apparently not. This is the wrong size. I'll actually hold these red guys. These doors and large pane windows used in the set, I think, are really nice. It's just a simple white stripe sticker attached, but it gives them kind of a nice look. Very 80s for sure. The stickers are in pretty good shape from this collection. Two fours, 2 8s, and a 6. Just knocked over a box. Alright, so this is our current progress. We got pretty much the first floor done. A couple interesting design choices. Aesthetically, I get having this 1x8 just over top the window and door. However, structurally, not that great. At this point, it's really easy to tear it apart. Modern Lego sets would never do that, but at the same time, it does make for some good coloration, which is great. You know, not really a bad thing at all. Just different design styles comparing today and yesteryear. Alright, we're going to grab these big ol' yellow 6x8s. No, 6x10s. One's going to go right here. Another feature of these older sets, a lot of these big plates that I really don't think you see as often today. I don't know. Certainly not as often in smaller sets. Luckily, need that yellow 1x3. And another yellow 1x3. Anyone who's ever built Lego knows that frustration of looking for that one piece. Totally struggling. Just looking for a yellow 1x3 plate. And here it is. Well, I can't find a 1x8 plate, so I'm going to go ahead and pull one out of my collection. This, as you can probably tell, is my bag of 1x8s. Currently trying to figure out a better storage solution for a lot of these bigger bricks. I mean, there's no, this is a half a gallon of one brick type. It's not going to work in smaller setups. Right now I found this to work really well. Easy to find what I need. Here we go. So, sorting and building sorting systems and organization never ends. You just try to improve what you have slowly but surely. Okay, next up, two of these guys. However, it looks like there's only one in the collection. So again, I'm going to have to go raid some from my collection. I couldn't easily find one of these in the big purchase I made from Gaithersburg, so I figured I'd just go in my own collection. This is one of the larger storage units I use. This is just full of 1x1 plates. As you can see, there's a whole variety of colors, so no organization by color, of course. Organizing by color is completely a fool's gambit, is a waste of your time. The only reason you would ever want to sort by color, of course, is the old style gray. Keep these separate from the rest of your collection. So this 2x10 yellow plate comes from my collection. Definitely a bit of a newer looking yellow compared to some of these, but it will have to do. Alright, that brings us to the end of this page of the booklet. As you can see, we now have a roof for our little design, the airport. You can see we have, I was initially thinking a scanning system, but I guess this is more of where you would want to pick up your bag. Two things to point out. One, there is 8 studs across here that are just totally unsupported. Again, not something you'd normally see today in LEGO sets. Easy to push down on that and create stress, potentially breaking apart. I don't think you could say it's an illegal build today among the LEGO group, but they would definitely be avoiding that. There should also be 2 white chairs that go here. In this cup, I have all of the broken pieces in the collection. One of these pick a brick cups comes up to about here, just full of broken pieces, and there are a lot of broken chairs in there. So easy to replace. I am surprised how many chairs broke from this collection. I haven't seen many broken chairs in my day. One of the best pieces, I think, in LEGO, the clock. Alright, we're done with that next step. We're adding a little more to the center of our airport, which I believe is going to create the air traffic control tower. We also, of course, have added the clock. Clever design. They just use one of these rotating pieces with the hinge to make that vertical. And it does look like I am missing one of these window pieces, which is unfortunate. Not the easiest thing to replace. currently looking for a 2x2 with the swivel top, gray on gray. Well, unfortunately, we are also missing, in addition to this window piece, two window pieces which would go here. They're, I don't know how to describe these, but they fit this shape in here and they're just black. Not a relatively common piece, so might be harder to acquire if I want to complete this fully. So that is kind of a setback for sure. But overall, I like how it looks so far. And from here, we're going to start building the control tower. We do luckily have all three window pieces which go on the top for the air traffic control tower. I'm definitely thankful for that. We need another piece from the collection. This 4 by, maybe I'm looking at this wrong. No, I misread the instructions. You might be able to hear my cat meowing. Larry, it is 4:55. You do not eat until 5:30 at the earliest. He's being honestly impetulant. Impetuant? I don't know if that's a word. interesting use of this piece. My cat Larry was in here earlier when I first came up, and he promptly ran away. One, two, three, four. Another broken piece. It's a 1x1 headlight brick with the bottom lip missing. Looks like this is for a windsock. And we're almost done with this model. This is, I think, one of the most interesting printed bricks. It is the 2x2 cone with stripes to represent a windsock. That's really all they've ever used this brick for. I mean, it definitely works as a windsock. It's just an interesting printing choice. Radar dish at the top, which I'm really surprised they don't have on a swivel. It just kind of sits there. I need a different brick. Sometimes you'll get bricks. This 2x2 brick right here has like no clutch power. I'm really surprised. This one's a lot better. Okay, lastly we need a 1x1 gray pole. But you're just going to ignore for now. I don't really need it. I can live without it. Last piece, and this is why I knew I had this set. This sticker with the classic airport logo. Luckily, the sticker's in pretty decent shape. Or was in pretty decent shape. There's a pretty big stain on this side. This one has some like crease stains. Not sure if those can come out really, but it's in one piece, which is nice, you know. That'll go right here. And we are done with the airport. Bam. Now the whole setup, I'm not going to show right now because it requires 3 base plates, and I do not have room right here. But you can look up the set pretty easily. I'll put a picture in the archive description. Nice, you know, 1986 Lego set. And gosh, if it's not 1986 and it's like 1984, I'm gonna be really disappointed with myself. But yeah, it's a good build. Very simple. There's something about the yellow stations that Lego makes I think really works. This in the 1994 train station with the 3 or 4 huge road pieces, beautiful set. Yellow really works well, I think, for these. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. As I built this great Lego set. I can show you guys the base plates right before I go. This is the helicopter landing area. So your helicopter, if it had the top part, the twirly bird aspect, it would be working. It would go right there. Off of that, you get this interesting piece. Oh, wow. Okay. You get this piece, which goes directly off of this. So this is really the start of the runway. And then the runway goes for 2 more base plates that look like this. So that's, I was wrong. It's 4 32 by 32 base plates plus a 16 by 32. That's 5 base plates. I don't think there were 5 sets in 2017 that even had base plates. They're so rare these days. Speaking of rare, I just realized there is a weird crack on this one. I did not notice that before, which is really unfortunate, but not a huge deal. But that's it for today.